Everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Everything is okay. Everything is not okay. They're fine. The explosion was nothing. Probably just a few cuts and bruises, a sprained wrist, maybe a concussion, all survivable things. I mean, they've had worse. They were in a building that practically exploded. A car with a huge ass bomb in it exploded on their doorstep. Merely a little structural damage. A few coats of paint, some window panes, good as new. Tony and Ziva were in an elevator. Falling ceiling tiles never killed anyone, I think. McGee looked like he got the full force of it. He fell, maybe got cut by some glass. Gibbs and Abby were in the basement of an exploding building and they were practically spitting distance from the car. They hit the deck in time and Gibbs has been blown up like twice. Clearly that method of killing him doesn't work. And you probably think Ducky's just sleeping. He could be. He had like a major myocardial infarction. He was on his cell phone when it happened. The person on the other line would have realized that something was wrong and sent for help. He had also just made out his will, foreshadowing much. David McCallum has been signed on for 2 more years. What's he gonna do? Haunt the morgue? He was alone and the tide was coming in. The seagulls will help him. You're impossible. Everything is okay. Everyone's gonna die. So that was pretty much my mind right after the finale. Okay, I'm actually tearing up. I was not aware I was that good of an actress because I actually didn't cry at the end of the episode, which was weird. Like, I guess I was at maybe the point beyond crying. I don't know, I guess there's like the stage where you're like upset, then the stage where you cry, then the state where you're emotionally destroyed. That was what I was like after Alia. I was like in the fetal position crying. I think I just jumped right to denial. Everything's okay, it looks really bad, but everything is okay. So anyway, this is my review for season 9, episode 24, Till Death Do Us Part, if the title hasn't already clued you in. So this episode was good, thank you Jesus and Gary Glassberg. I feel like it took a while to build, but once it got its momentum, it was hard to look away. And the last few minutes were friggin' amazing. So showing up for the first time in this episode was Ryan's son, Parker. I liked him. He was like a mini brain gamer, and I want to see more of him and Gibbs. I feel that if Jamie Lee Curtis is back in the future, and I feel that she will be, we will definitely get to meet her crazy evil ex-hubby. Also looking to the future, when Gibbs said that he wouldn't take a bullet for Vance, I got the feeling that might be foreshadowing. Not for the premiere, but maybe a bit farther into the future. Also in this episode, oh my god, Palmer, it's no secret, I love Palmer. From his rare moment of getting a little bit angry with Ducky about the whole, it's actually on our shoulders thing, to how sad he was when Gibbs told him telekinetically that there was next to no chance they were going to make it to his wedding, to his nice little scene with Brina, which was thankfully not rushed. Oh, she was just so adorable. I'm so disappointed that they didn't at least cut to the wedding for a little bit, but there was still a lot of Palmer in this episode, so I can't complain too much. Also, some good hugging in this episode. The Palmer-Ducky hug, the trio hugging Palmer after giving him their gifts. It was great in an episode like this just to have those little moments. We also got some Tiva in this episode, and it was just the right level of Tiva. They had their cuteness talking about marriage, which just melted my heart. And the part that got me was when she just latched onto his arm and was like, I am not leaving without you, I will literally drag you from this building. And then the end, I guess all their elevator moments, the one in Cloak, Swan Song, cover story to name a few, were all leading up to this. Break my heart, why don't you, you brilliant bastards. Though during an emergency, why would you take an elevator? I just think that sounds like a bad idea. Anyone want to defend that decision? One little thing, whenever there's been a bomb on the show, they've always just kind of left it to Ziva, but this episode, they don't really even consider it. I mean, I guess it's a good thing because then she'd be dead and, Jonathan Cole was probably more of an expert. But it would have been nice if Ziva was like, I volunteer, and Gibbs was like, no, you go evacuate people, and then just gave the job to Cole. Thankfully, Cole was really cool in this episode. Bringing him in, using him as a double agent was handled really well in this episode, and I was so glad. Especially how, even though he attempted to kill Tony and EJ twice and actually did kill Simon Cade, I still didn't want him to die. I think it was a combination of good writing, Scott Wolf's acting chops, and his damn earnest blue eyes. Finally, we did get more information on why Harper Deering was so especially pissed at NCIS and Gibbs, which I desperately wanted. I also like how they didn't catch Deering in the episode, and that will probably be saved for the premiere. So I'm gonna give this episode 4.5 out of a possible 5 calf pows. It was really, really good. I don't know, there's something about this episode that it just falls quite a little bit short of perfect. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Regardless though, it was an amazing episode. A really good finale with a cliffhanger that puts other cliffhangers to shame. I mean, they say it's good luck if it rains on your wedding day. I guess NCIS would be the exception.